Tiamat, you get targeted, but your stealth, you took yourself out of that roll.
Ooh,
So
good.
instead, it's the medic. And 3 is one of the other soldiers. Has the Gretchen open fire with their sniper rockets.
Ah, there they are. Let's see them pop up on the map. Good miss.
Hopefully that was for the men.
Yeah, the medic, like at the last second, as you stealth out, he pauses and turns to look at where you went, confused as to why you're not there, Timmer. And that change in direction, of the rocket motor whipping past him, he actually gets a little cut on the back of his neck from the fin stabilizers on the rocket before it slams into one of the pillars and destroys it. Meanwhile, everyone turns to look at him just in time for one of the soldiers to get completely pasted by a rocket.
Very nice.
Boop. Boop.
Oh, hello, point blank range.
Uh-oh, where'd you come from?
From Mother.
Alright. Let's keep doing. We're gonna maintain the initiative from before, so starting from the top is Timmer.
Alright. Well, I'm face to face with this Gretchen. My comrade is gonna go ahead and hand me the regular old las gun, just because I don't think I need to use the Hell Blaster one on him. I am going to go ahead and shoot him, but let's go ahead and figure out how I'm doing this. I'm going to go ahead and choose to half-action aim.
Do it now.
Calling shot, he's not going to be suppressed. We are at point blank, I believe, correct?
You are point blank.
Alright, this is going to be semi-auto. And I have 10 extra points for all my friends and supporters.
Mm-hmm.
And...
Crit fail.
And I'm not in cover, so no
not.
extra bonus
but,
for that.
you are stealthed and he doesn't notice you, so you get a 20-point bonus.
Oh, sweet. There we go. This will be fun. That'll be 2 successes, so I will get my shots off at him then.
Nice.
So, let's do it.
Oh, actually, that's a 98. Let me, actually, because you're using the regular las rifle.
It's reliable.
It is reliable. It only jams on a 100. So well done. That is still technically a hit.
I believe that's will be 3 then, won't it? Because it's I hit and then I have 1 and 2.
So you did semi-auto, right?
Yes, semi-auto.
Semi-auto, and you have that. So right now you're at
2.5.
1 hit, and then you need 2. So there's actually 2 hits.
Okay, 2 hits. Roll the damage.
Do it.
Okay.
13. Yeah, let's see. The Gretchen's health is not very high. His armor is not very good. Toughness is trash. That is enough. He is down for the count. As this skinny little thing in rags gets completely annihilated.
No more rocket for you. Ooh,
Meanwhile, the other Gretchen reloads, which is a full. You just see him as you pop out of nowhere and completely frag his friend. He goes, ah! Ah! And starts reloading the rocket launcher as fast as he can.
Stir little one faster.
Bigby, you are up, my friend.
You know, those snipers hate the Sag artillery. Other snipers going for the Gretchen.
Go for that Gretchen. You take your shot, son.
I think everyone in the truck is dead. I think the one that's alive is the one on the side there.
That's correct. Take your shot. That is going to be a hit. Gretchen can't dodge because you are rattling. Roll your damage. And also an additional 2d10. Yeah, that'll do it, as the other Gretchen is Gonzo. Alright. Combat is over.
I have betrayed my fellow short folk. This is a burden I must bear.
They just wanted love. How could you? Timur is going to go ahead and stack up on this little hallway door here, where undoubtedly he still hears things around here, but he's going to wait to peek or do anything until everyone else is where they want to be.
Yeah, as you begin to stack up, you hear that loud voice from before. And it goes, quiet now. I imagine that means I'm alone. Again. I imagine once you come in here looking for your Inquisitor, the time for words will have passed. I don't begrudge you this. It's the nature of the war. But let me just say, I was not expecting you to destroy your sanctimonious towers. Level the images of your gods. You lot think like a war boss. So I'm gonna fight you like one. And you hear some screaming from the Inquisitor. Not anything coherent, but it just gets a little bit louder. As that loud voice from before just goes, when you're ready, I'll send you to the Golden Throne myself, Imperial scum.
Good. We'll have even fight.
It's your move, gentlemen.
So whenever Big B puts themselves where they want to be, because this is an interior courtyard, even if it's surrounded by rubble, and whenever Big B puts himself where he wants to be.
Yeah, I'm looking. Okay. Let me pull out my token.
Yeah, while everybody was taking out the Gretchens, I would have just like charged into the courtyard.
Okay, so
Yeah, George is in there already.
As while I'm waiting, he's running straight in, and that'll be the sound.
Yeah.
For, let's start.
Alrighty then.
I'll just be like, Inquisitor!
Alright, now we have a brand new initiative, folks.
Oh boy. Not so many bonuses this time, unfortunately.
Regrettably, no.
That is a 6.
Jesus.
Alright, Big B, you has an 8. Noted. We're also going to need a roll for Sergeant Winters in the event that he decides to rush to your assistance.
I figured I was so far out of communication that it wasn't plausible.
I mean, you're pretty far out. Would you have moved up at all once it became clear they were moving inside, or are you still just the wheels?
Yeah, I'm still in the Shimmer. I told them
Would you
there
have-
was an emergency situation to toss out a photon grenade.
Alright. So, Sergeant Winter, still roll initiative just in case. That way you don't have to do it later. And we'll also double it for the allies, where you will have control of. Alright, the allies have 13. Timur, you have 6. Jort has 5. Big B has 8. And the Taker himself... He is paranoid, so he gets a +2. Wow, maxes it out. He was waiting for y'all. All right, Jort, as you come charging through the door, followed closely by the allies, you see what can only be described as the largest orc you have ever laid eyes on, much less heard about. Standing in the middle of the courtroom, or the courtyard. And he's standing there. He has what appears to be those large machine guns that had killed Alexander earlier today. He has that attached to his arm, but on top of the arm is one of those guns, and on the bottom is another, and they're connected by little grommets and vices to hold them together, linking them together as one weapon. You can see on his right hand is a massive power claw, the same type of power claw that did so much damage during the fight with that orc knob, only larger. And on his back, you can see this massive, basically this boss pole, this totem that has basically been collecting all of his great accomplishments, tokens of people he's slain, battles he's won, wounds he's survived. And while there are a number of skulls and some patches, and as well as a commissariat hat, there's also attached to the top of it what's left of Inquisitor Lamott. His legs are gone, and he's sort of strapped from one pole to the other by his arms, just lassoed together so tight that it's difficult for him to even scream out, but because of the pain, you manage to hear him even at this distance. You're not sure if he can even recognize you, but his eyes sort of watery and bloodshot, cast up to see you, Jort, as you charge through with the rest of the allies. See the tongue taker. Unlike the knob, he doesn't have much of his body replaced with bits of metal. He's just a massive, massive orc. And as he looks at you, he goes, I learned your ways. Allow me to demonstrate. You charge like an orc, so I'll fight like a man. As he levels these twin-linked heavy shooters and opens fire on the group coming in. Can't aim.
This is where Jort finally dies.
He's killing all of your friends first.
Oh, and misses as he just sprays down fire, and you charge straight through it. The allies are up. They're all going to, in perfect order, they line up, they level their rifles, and they all open fire with their las guns. I imagine this is going to be super effective. As a matter of fact, or actually, is that what they're going to do? I forgot. You are technically in charge, Sergeant Winters. What would your standing orders have been? Command them like they're yours.
I mean, what is the operation do suppressing fire?
Basically, they all just roll with a -20. If they hit, they still manage to hit, and he has to pass a fear test or be pinned.
Yeah, all of them will do suppressing fire.
Alrighty then. So I'll still have to roll for all of that, because that's fun.
Suppressing fire is highly useful, so good choice.
Yep.
Alright, so one of their rifles will miss. Miss. How many allies we got here?
3 in a medic.
Yep. And here comes the medic. Alright, so none of them hit, but they are all technically suppressing fire.
Yep, so that is 4 -10 will checks.
Yep.
To see if he becomes suppressed.
Yep. As the las rifles scatter around him, he just sort of ignores all of them and looks right to Jort with a heavy bolter. He has zero fear.
We learned something, everybody.
Bigby, you're up, my friend. Your current
Alright,
position puts you far from the fight.
it does. Let me check my movement speed here. Well, charge is full move is 4, so I guess I can.
Your best luck is to run and get into the fight next fight. You can either go to this door right next to Jort, or to the door behind Jort, or you could try and get into this little room in here. It's up to you.
Or like post up in that doorway.
Yeah, sure. That works.
Alright, I'll have him back here so he
Has some
he's
cover?
got some cover.
Good call. Sergeant Winters, no one has thrown a photon grenade yet.
Right. I mean, that's that. That's right.
Okay, then. Timmer, you're up.
Oh, yep. Almost skipped over me. Alright, so, I'm just, shooting out from cover right here. Let's do it. I am gonna go ahead and use the Hellblaster las gun. I will not be using my maneuver to cause suppression. I'm just going to aim, because that is, smarter right now. So let's take the half aim. This guy is short range, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, we're going to do a semi-auto. We're going to have a lot of fun there. And we got our plus 10 for cover and other such fun things. Coming out to a remarkable 4.9.
That's actually going to be a 5.9 because of his size. You have a bonus to hit.
It's going to be 6.9 because I get an additional plus 1.
All right.
Either way. Oh, I probably should have said overcharge because in honor of Alexander, this is his weapon.
There you go.
Or his servitor's weapon, which I believe that increases pen by 2 and damage by some amount.
I think it's 2 and 2.
Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and add in the 2 and 2 right now for all 3 hits.
Okie doke.
So
Roll it.
damage 1, 2, 3.
All right. 16 pen 9.
It's going to cost a lot.
As far as like ammo.
Yeah, since overcharge is double, I believe, correct?
That is correct.
Yep, so that puts me to 24 shots with that one. And let's see, how hard did that actually hit him?
Let's see. So pen 9 ignores his armor completely, so 16 damage. So, yeah. Hold on a second.
That's actually a good point. Did we have any ammo on the Chimera? Like, was I able to reload at any point?
You were not.
Oh, okay, that's
So you still have 6 shots left? 4 shots? I think.
I have like 24 rounds left, and I shoot 6 at a time. So
Alright, so that would be
To
5.
be fair, at
that
least
would
bullets
be-
should be everywhere. Maybe the orcs even have some, so...
Yeah, similarly, the orcs would have had something, right? They didn't come to fight you with their fists.
That's true.
Just-
Sadly, they don't have bolter rounds for a heavy bolter.
Yeah, what a shame.
Regiment,
But
that
yeah,
they would
you-
have had
you
weapons
deal
with
some
rounds in
damage.
them.
This is true. Orc weapons.
Who's
Which-
to see?
I just gotta believe hard enough.
I mean, you just
Exactly.
shelled a cathedral. I don't think picking up an orc rifle is going to hurt you much anymore.
Jort, you are up, my friend.
Right, I'll be right back.
All right, I'll just blast him.
You can do it.
Oh,
Oh,
geez.
nice. All right, so that's 6 rounds of death.
And then we don't have to get them right because their sergeant is a coward.
That is correct.
I don't give a shit.
So, Oh, these are good. All right, now you're gonna make me do math, man.
Alright, that's 6.
All right, with all of this, Jesus Christ. All right, so 4, 14 plus 4, 18, nothing. So 24 wounds. Jesus. As you just shred into this guy with crazy amounts of damage. You do not mess around, young Jort. Alright, back to the War Boss Tongue Taker. After taking this crazy damage, he's going to do the only thing. Seeing all these people in here, he is going to charge in, get nice and close and personal, and he's going to fire full auto from point blank for the rest of you nerds. So, let's see what happens. Watch him not even be able to hit you with this.
Let's hope.
Knowing Orc luck, it's either going to be a 1 or 100.
That is literally how these things work.
No in between.
6, oh man.
Oh gosh, it was the
18.
1.
Alright, he's gonna spread this out to a couple people. So I believe, because this is twin linked, let me just verify that this damage is right, because I don't want to kill you unfairly. I want to kill you fairly, it's different. It's 20 to hit, that's 20. Oh, okay, so... Oh, it scores an additional hit for every 2 or more degrees of success. Got it. So, for every 2 degrees of success, it gets an additional hit. Which means that's 6 plus the initial to pass, so that's 7. So yeah, those are 10 rounds coming out, folks.
Jeez.
Oh wait, no, 9 rounds coming out, my apologies. 9 rounds. So he's gonna split that up between the group. So, Jort, you're gonna take 3. Let's see, the operator and the shooter are both gonna take 2.
Wait.
So
The
that's
operator.
2,
The operator's
4.
in the shimmer with me.
Oh, he was never there?
No, I told you I was standing behind him. He's in the
Oh.
pilot seat.
So now there's 1
There were
left. Alright,
3
got it.
soldiers and a medic.
Yeah.
3 soldiers, 1 died. Got it. So the medic is gonna take 2, the other soldier's gonna take 2. That's 4. Jort, you're gonna take 6. Would you like to try and dodge?
Yeah, I guess I'll try.
I'm going to have the guardsman attempt to dodge also.
Oh, Jesus.
All right. So you only get hit with how many hits did I say you're going to take?
6, I
4.
think.
No, because 2 and 2 on the other 2 is 4, so you're going to take 5. But you dodged
Said
one,
do
so now
the
you only get
medic,
hit
so-
4 times.
Yeah, you said you were shooting him 6. Unless you were wrong. You can be wrong.
I was wrong because I had to
Yeah.
redo the math. Yeah. So because each one of the allies are going to take 2 rounds. So the allies first, damage 1, damage 2, damage 1, damage 2. All right. So the medic gets hit with 12 pen 1. I believe they soak 7. So that's 6. We take 6 wounds. And then I think he's actually still up. He is just horribly wounded. And the other one is dead. Yeah, so the other one is dead. Does that add up? Yeah. 1 wound. Yeah, okay, so he is still up. Meanwhile, Jort, you've managed to dodge 1, so I said you're going to get hit with what, 4 of these hits?
Yes.
You still have your temple
1,
wounds, right?
2, 3, 4. Alright, so 15, 13, 11, and 9. Feel free to do your math.
Okay. Okay, so if my math is correct, I'm at crit 2?
Alright, crit 2 for... And I'm just gonna use the last...
Like I said, you still have your temp wounds, right?
Yeah.
Not anymore. So 81. Can someone get the hit chart for 81? And then while he's resolving that, we will skip to the allies. The medic is going to attempt to flee for his life. And as he does so, he throws a photon grenade out the back.
Isn't he a Krieg?
Oh, that's right. He's not going to flee. He's just going to throw the photon grenade
Which
out the
location
door.
with crit, by the way?
I was planning on
81.
doing that, but I'll let him.
So it'd be leg, my left leg.
No common place to get shot.
Apparently.
And what number?
81.
Oh,
Two.
crit 2,
Crit 2.
Oh,
Okay.
which is impact.
Grazing strike. Challenging +0 toughness check or be stunned and fall prone.
Alright.
Movement reduced by half for 1 round.
You got this, Jort.
And then I have Iron Jaw, so I can overcome stunning. So you said it's just challenging, right?
Yeah,
Mhm.
challenging +0.
There you
okay,
go.
I'm good.
Not
Make it, you're not
stunned.
stunned, you don't fall prone. You probably still have your movement reduced by half for 1 round, though. It hurts.
All right. Bigby, you're up, my friend.
All right. It's I know this is kind of strange at close range, but aim and attack. Is this going to be short range or
It's short range,
Short range.
unless you'd like to move into point blank.
oh wait, were all the allies dead?
The medic is down to 0 wounds, so
Well,
any
I mean,
wounds
the
after
other
this
ones,
will
though.
kill. Oh yeah, they're dead.
Bigby likes living? So he's going to stay behind cover when he does this.
Nice.
Yeah, that's a hit. Roll all of your crazy damage, you psychopath.
Oh, and this is a leader round.
Okie doke. Alright, that doesn't do anything, but now add the 2d10. And we'll add it all together.
Because it's a 7.
So, what's the maximum on that damage anyway? Is it a maximum of 3 for accurate? I forget. Accurate! For average, a maximum of an extra 2d10. So you can't do more than 2d10. So, 2d10, my friend. So 15 plus the 6, it is 21 pen 3. Alright. Noted. Still standing.
Bigby's
Sergeant
probably
Winters.
in trouble now.
You see the photon flash.
So one of the troopers died to a 7-pen one-shot.
Remember he got shot twice. So that was the medic that survived. He hit with 12 pen 1 and 7 pen 1.
Well, I just saw that 4 shots went to the troopers, and there's 4 troopers out there. So,
Well, no, because one got blown up by a rocket. So that should be. Oh, did I forget one?
if one got blown up by a rocket while I was away from the thing, I didn't hear that. So
Okay.
all
Yes,
I
one
saw
was
was
blown
4
up by
shots,
a
and one
sniper.
guy took a minimum hit and apparently died. All right.
Nope. That guy's still up.
All right. Well, how long for me to reach the scene of combat?
You said you were 200 meters away.
And
So
you're the
I'll-
Chimera.
So I'll say the operator can max out, push it to the limit. So probably like 4 turns.
No, keep the Chimera in a safe position. We're not going to lose a Chimera to this effort.
In that case, you will likely not be able to reach the battle in time.
Well, I'll be around to find out what happened to him.
Because instead of going about like 60 meters, you'll be going like 16. And also, if you keep running, you'll... Yeah, I think you can run at 16. So that would take you... What's
Quite some
200
time.
divided by 16?
You know,
Well, you're on your
can do
way.
math, right?
You're on your way, bud.
12 turns. Well, 13 turns.
All right. Get hustling. I believe that leads into Teamer.
I mean, that Chimera is worth more than the mission
Yep.
and everyone's lives, so...
Well, I mean, since you're rescuing an Inquisitor, probably not.
Right.
You say.
So-
I'm,
Timmer, you're up.
I'm aiming. I'm firing. I'm overcharging.
Keep in mind, you are technically firing in... Actually, no, he hasn't engaged in melee yet, so
Even
do
if he was, I don't care because I take no penalties for doing so.
it. My man!
Target selection. That is still going to be all 3 hits right there. So let's go ahead and give it a go. 1, 2, 3. Very nice 16 damage hit there on the first one.
1 point, no points. Alright, noted. He does not look particularly good. He's just covered in, like... These Hellgun rounds are, like, punching straight through them, just leaving sizzling holes in his body. The bolter rounds are leaving just gaping wounds across his torso and his legs, but he's still going.
Very
Jort,
nice.
you're up, my friend.
Alright. He's point blank now, right?
He's point blank meow.
Oh, he fucked up.
Alright, that's 7 hits. Oh no, 6, because it's a heavy bolter. Roll your
Right.
6, friend. Nice. Alrighty now. I have to go do math. Give me just a second.
Well, the guy probably has the wounds of a tank here. But undoubtedly, one way or another, that's going to be a lot of hurt.
Yeah, that's, oof. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do this one at a time. So,
Yeah.
18 pen 5. That's 6, which is 1. Effectively, all these get reduced to 1. Alright, what area did you hit there, Mr. Bolter friend?
That would be a 62, Mr. DM friend.
Fantastic.
So 62, that would be...
Center
his
mass, body.
chest.
Alright, so what's critical 6 for the body?
Critical 6 body with explosive. Critical 6, chunks of the target flesh are ripped free by the force of the attack, leaving large, weeping wounds. The target is stunned for 1 round and may only take half actions in his next round, and is now suffering blood loss. There you go.
Alright, you can only do what? Half actions?
He's stunned for 1 round, and the turn after that can only do a half action.
Is he automatically stunned, or does he get a roll? Sorry, I missed that part.
Automatically, there is no roll. Stunned for 1 round, may only take half actions in his next round.
Oh man, you messed him up.
It's rough.
Yeah, as he gets shredded. Yeah, so he's stunned. And he just looks at you and goes, well, fuck. That's all he has to say. Meanwhile, the medic is going to attempt to run the fight. Well, I guess he's a Krieger. So he's gonna take a pot shot, I'm guessing. His little las gun. And it's gonna hit. The guy can't do shit. Shoots him. Doesn't seem to have an effect. Bigby, you're up, pal.
Alright. This guy he offends me by his mere existence.
That makes sense.
Filthy Zeno. He deserves to bleed even more.
Huh? That is a 100. No, that's a 1. Jesus. Roll your damage plus the 2d10, pal. Okay, so 19. Alright, roll me crit 7 for wherever this hit. 1, so the head.
To the head, and this is impact, correct?
It is impact.
So impact. Head 7. The attack slams into the target's head, fracturing his skull and opening a long tear in his scalp. The target is stunned for 1d10 rounds and halves all movement for 1d10 hours.
It is
Not
stunned
like he
for
was
one
running
more
away.
round. Stunned for yet another round.
Oh dear. 2 in a row.
Alright. Sergeant Winters, you're still casually strolling up to this place.
Yep.
Timur, you're up, pal.
Alright, cool. So, learned one thing from you all. More DACA. So, we're going semi-auto, and we're using all
Hold
the
up.
bonuses.
Before we go any further, Jort is actually at crit 5 leg for impact. Can we see what that is real quick to see if he dies?
Let's take a look. Crit
Yes.
5 impact leg. The blow
I
breaks
totally
the
wasn't
target's
thinking about
leg,
it.
leaving him stunned for 1 round and reducing his movement to 1 meter until he receives medical attention. The target is also knocked prone.
So effectively,
Oh, he shouldn't have been stunned that 1 round, but that was my fault. My bad.
it's fine. Moving forward. Timur, you're up, my friend.
Mortaka! Ah! 2 shots.
Alright, roll your hits.
1, 2. There we go.
Okie doke.
Use the ammo fast.
So that's that. Noted. Where did that hit?
That is in the 57, which I believe is center mass again.
Center mass. Alright, roll. What is crit 7 for that?
Alright. Body
So I guess that would
energy,
be-
crit 7.
Wait, no, he was at crit 7 from Bigby,
For the
correct?
previous one, so
So
now
crit
he's
8
at.
body.
As the attack washes over the target, his skin turns black and peels off, and melted fat seeps from his clothing and armor. The target is stunned for 2d10 rounds, and the attack halves his strength, toughness, and agility until he receives treatment. The additional scarring does 2d5 permanent fellowship damage.
Noted.
That is 16 more rounds.
I'll take my stun on this turn. That was my fault. I totally forgot about the pen.
Completely changing the entire outcome of this battle.
Ah, yes. Let's see if we can kill him in 16 turns, everybody.
Alright,
Sorry,
So,
just get
because of-
over here.
because of that stun, I'm going to allow the Tongue Taker to get one more attack on the area against Jort, which would effectively
fuck my
be
shit up.
what would have happened had he not lied about how injured he was. Jort, you take 22 pen. Oh, pen 0. That doesn't make sense. Should be pen 8. Power Claw, baby. 22 points of damage, friends.
Then yeah, I'm definitely dead.
Hold on a second. Total toughness bonus is 11. And his blah 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 blah. Yeah, pen 7. There we go. So, what is that for you? Let's see here. This is a 93 rending. Pen 10.
Let's see. Pen 10 or pen 7?
Sorry, pen 7. What I meant was
Pen
crit 10. So whatever 93 is, was that left leg? Right.
So I would be at crit 24.
20. Classic. Alright, so can someone give me a critical 10 rending for whatever 93 is?
Critical 10.
93, that would be my other leg.
Oh gosh.
Oh, you're getting the Alexander death.
10, you say, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
As with a meaty chop, the leg comes away at the hip. The target pitches on the ground, howling in agony before dying. Also, as above, except the tide of blood is so intense that, for the remainder of the battle, anyone making a run or charge action within 6 meters of the target must make a challenging agility test or be knocked prone as they slip on the blood.
Nice.
Severe overkill.
And,
Surprised
that
you had enough
happens.
blood for that to happen. You bled
He's gonna
out for a
finish
couple
up.
hours, and then
Oh my gosh, within 6 meters.
Yeah. Also, the guard for the follow-up attack is also shredded. The medic. As it basically, the leg gets ripped off of Jort, and then the power claw reaches out to the medic. He lifts him up, and he just crushes the medic's, like, just rips straight through his chest, grabs him by the ribcage, crushes his heart through his chest, and throws the body across the ground.
that is horror movie levels of blood.
Yeah. I guess he finally bled out.
Was this why George was so big? He was just inflated like a balloon the whole time with blood?
Jort, how would you like to go out, friend? 'Cause I believe you're out of fate, correct?
Yeah, I'm out of fate. I'll just look at the tongue taker, and I'll be like, "Save Martha!"
How do you know that name?
He looks down at you and goes, "No one can save anyone." And as he finally pushes his heavy foot against your skull and just crushes you to death with it, he goes, "In this new world there is only war." And just crushes your skull with a pop.
No, you're supposed to save that line for an hour from now.
Alright, top of the order. Allies, there's none left. Bigby, the rattling.
Hello, friends.
Alright. This is going to be very dangerous very soon, but this might be the lucky bullet.
Are you doing a cold shot to his face bone?
Yes, sir.
Alright.
The skull, the thickest part of the orc.
I mean, I dare say you guys have it in the bag since he's stunned for 16 turns.
That is
Yeah.
true.
That's a swing and a miss. Alright, so we're just gonna say who wants to kill this orc.
You could just walk up to him and wail on him for in my
Yeah,
hand
we'll
for a
just
while.
say, for the sake of making it to where no one gets to claim killing the war boss, we're gonna say you both do it as you both just walk up and just send round after round into this war boss while he's stunned for the next 17 rounds.
Yeah. Is just adding to the ever-increasing pool of blood.
However, you realize that the Inquisitor is in pretty bad shape and is going to need immediate medical assistance.
We need a stim pack or something here. I don't know. What cures not having half your body?
As a matter of
I got
fact,
one over here.
What does cure not having half your body?
Nothing. That's
a sergeant who cross-trained as a medic briefly before going to commanding school.
Oh yeah, you'd arrive.
I was gonna
Yes!
say, only thing I can think of is an ad mech. Just replace the bottom half of your body.
So, this is going to be a little bit interesting because effectively you're too far away. You won't get there in time. However, the
Well,
Ratling managed to steal 2 stims
If
from
they
a
did
house.
this over the course of a 16-time
Well,
stud,
no,
then I would
he
actually
died
be
long
there.
before that.
Okay.
Yeah, they did not need 16. They had 16 turns. They didn't need 16 turns. But, so here's the deal. You inject him with stim. You don't really know how, but it's pretty straightforward. I'm going to need you to roll me 3d10. And, how many turns did we say it would take before you could get there, Winter?
Well, how many turns did it take him to kill them? How many turns has it been since?
It just took the 1 turn.
Yeah, you
That's all
counted
I was
like 12 out, and it's took
well,
like
no, I
2
counted
turns since you
13
started.
out. So yeah.
So there you
it's
go.
11 turns.
Fortunately, Big B, wow, he rolled really well. You have, what was it, 18 turns to get there. So you managed to get there in time thanks to these crazy high rolls, by the way, for the stim. You managed to get there just in time to see all this carnage. Everyone you sent into this building is now dead, with the exception of the Ratling and Timur, the weapons specialist. On the ground is this massive orc, the largest orc you've ever seen, and attached to a pole is the Inquisitor. You can recognize him because he's still wearing his inquisitorial gear, his garb. And as he's not quite conscious, his eyes are open, he tries to say something. You have exactly 1 chance to save him.
Before I do,
Mm-hmm.
one question: who the hell is
All
this?
Oh,
So
that's me.
this...
Okay, it doesn't
Come on.
match any of the tokens on the sheets. I was like, who the hell is this person who's been wandering around the map this whole time? Alright, anyway. We saved the person who literally in any war movie would just be pronounced dead on the spot.
Use that in advanced Imperium medicine, also known as needles and thread.
I mean, is he bleeding out?
So he is effectively at crit 8. He is bleeding out, but you're going to have to get by.
Well,
With
I
a
mean, because I
first
still
aid
have
test.
field sutures and whatnot.
Yep, I'll allow you to add that bonus. And because he's stimmed up, I'll say you only have a 60-point penalty to this. So add whatever bonuses you can. Sadly, you don't get the assistance bonus on account of your assistant
comrade
being crushed. No. Will that work?
I mean, is there no bonus for my comrade assisting me?
No, I think there are some class skills that allow you to use your comrade for cool shit, but I don't think they give you an additional bonus.
Yeah, because I didn't take the.
No. But, like, if someone else had the Medicae skill, they could assist you, and that would give you another plus 10.
Yeah, I didn't take rapid intervention. Because I thought all I was going to have to do was heal Jort of his bleeding before he bled to death.
Which you did do.
Yeah, that worked
But
out
then
well,
he
didn't it?
bled to death.
I can see all of his blood all over the floor everywhere, so that worked out in the end.
Alright, so here's your
Yeah.
chance.
My minus 10 check. And I also blew out all my fate points trying to heal Jort as well. Support that son of a bitch. Well, that guy's dead. Gentlemen, I look at each and every one of you surviving members. I believe our best course of action now is to shoot ourselves in the head and forget this all ever happened.
Does anyone have a fate that they'd be willing to use so that he could roll again? How do you only have a 30?
I
That's
used
like-
up all mine already.
That's just straight intelligence, right?
I am...
Did we come to a... Because you have the first aid kit, which gives you a 20, so that brings you down from a...
I have 30 intelligence. I have 2 tick marks in Medicaid, which means I'm trained at
40.
a plus 10. I have the 20 from the med kit. I have the 30 from the sutures, whatever the hell I said. Plus, then you have the minus 60.
Wow.
So it's a minus 10 on top of a...
Yeah, so it's
40.
just basically just an intelligence roll. Alrighty then.
You had a chance, ultimately.
I mean, there's not much I can do. Dude was ripped in half. What do you want?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Does the
I
Rattling have
don't
any
even know why
fate to
he's
use?
alive.
Does the Rattling have any fate? I don't think so.
No.
I think we're all burned out on it.
Alrighty then. You all watch as you try to save the person who was ripped in half from dying, and you go through that. You do everything you can. You do everything by the book, everything right, and you clip it all off. It's just you go through. You're like, all right. He still has a little bit stubs of legs left. Let's tourniquet that. He has a couple bleeds that are internal, fractured rib. You go through that, and as you go through each piece, eventually you finish. You've stitched everything up, but
Yeah, he's like finding RoboCop before he became RoboCop.
Yeah. there's just
It's a bit
not
late.
enough left in him to keep him up.
Mhm.
Fortunately, with the stims, he sort of looks at all of you. He tries to mumble something, and he just points to the back room, which a demolished wall, and you can see from here there's the eye with the skull as the symbol of the Inquisition.
That's our ticket.
All right, you two gather up all the materials.
Of course. All the harder with that Jorth.
But I also
Yeah,
mean
come
all
along.
the weapons and gear of the dead people.
There's fun stuff to see. Come on. And I'm making my way to the back room.
Fantastic. As you get back there, you see a number of desks that are just completely destroyed. You can see that there's a few inquisitorial bodyguards that have just been completely ripped to pieces by a power claw. A number of bullet holes from the twin-linked guns. And as you look around at all of this, you realize that there are a number of dossiers that are pinned to the wall that actually have pictures of that giant orc, but as much smaller. You see the Inquisition has reams and reams of files about the Tongue Taker specifically, all throughout here.
Ooh.
What would you like to do?
Bigby, remind me. Mission? Everything?
Everything.
Well, time to break out the backpack. So, gonna go ahead, stack them up nice and neat, get one of the paper clips off from the floor. Just start putting everything away that I can. I'm pack ratting as hard as I can.
Bigby will assist in this effort,
Yes.
or what that's worth.
So this one about tongue taker bathroom habits, we don't need to take this one, right? Throw it up.
Right.
As a matter of fact, roll me awareness if you're reading the pages.
Yeah, as long as we're here.
I get a plus
About-
30. Well, it doesn't matter. Yeah,
Yeah,
you look
I won't
through a couple.
notice.
You look through a couple. Bigby, you notice one file in particular that's titled Exploration of Xenotype Orc, codename Tongue Taker. And there's a brief page about how a captured orc is gradually learning more and more. They actually taught it how to read. And then talking about a facility in the same city that currently the majority of the Imperial Guard forces are waging a war to retake. If you want, you can read through more, but that's the gist of it from your glance.
Well, might as well die smart.
Effectively, according to the Inquisition files, there have been a series of orc infestations on this planet over the past several centuries. The last outcropping, they took a primitive tribe of orcs, and after slaughtering all but one, the Inquisition decided to capture it to experiment on potential chemical munitions that could be used to completely eradicate orcish spores and reproduction capabilities on a planet in one go. Well, that wasn't successful. What was successful was the fact that throughout interaction with this orc, they not only allowed it to teach Low Gothic, but also High Gothic, as well as philosophy, strategy, and eventually, the more they talked to it, it was able to acquire concepts and stratagems that weren't directly taught to it. As if just from being in the same room and being exposed to all this information, he was able to, almost at a genius level, generate theorems and stratagem on his own. To the point where...
Smarter than me. Ah, shivers.
To the point where he was scheduled for extermination, and that's where the file ends. But he designated himself Tongue Taker because of his ability to not only learn, but master the human languages that he was presented with. That's what that file has to say. But you guys managed to gather everything up, get back to the Chimera. For the most part, the Orcish forces are in full retreat. Would you like to do anything with the corpses, or are you just going to bail?
With Tongue Taker here, I'm going to go ahead and make sure it is wholly incinerated. I will sacrifice a grenade to make sure there is not a single thing that can be salvaged. After reading the report, I feel it's maybe pertinent. There you go. My last firebomb grenade gone.
Alright, you incinerate the corpse. Are you bringing back your own dead bodies?
Yeah,
AKA
we'll
Private
drag
George,
back to the
Specialist
Chimera and the Inquisitor. And I guess we have like the 4 dead allies there too, who probably deserve to be brought back too. We got
the one killed by the rocket launcher is more of a stain, but yeah.
I got a napkin.
Alright. So with all that done, you managed to get back in the Chimera, get back to the captain, and effectively you are all locked in a room as they wait for higher-ups to come get you. They call a certain Sergeant Winters into the officer's tent, and you can see there's a commissar you're vaguely familiar of, a Commissar Hartley, but there's also a very angry-looking older man that you recognize immediately, if not by his name or his face, then by his rank, as Marshal Uriel, one of the commanders above Lord General Matisse, is standing there. There's also a few people in ecclesiarchal robes. They're not at the forefront, they're standing in the background. You can see the Marshal looks at you, fully expecting you to salute.
Salute, of course.
Yes.
Oh, actually, yeah, you can all be there. Actually, that works. He goes, so I'm to understand that you were assigned to provide forward observation, fire support, to direct our artillery pieces. Now, Sergeant Winters, I understand that you came in here late. However, there was a specialist Corporal Jort, who was in charge of directing this fire. And what I see at the end of this is a destroyed cathedral to one of our sacred saints. A destroyed bridge, which is vital to the trade and commerce. And now the war effort, completely destroyed. These were not the tasks assigned. Now I understand Jort fell in battle to the war boss of this entire horde of greenskins. And due to his reputation and his record, I know that he would never knowingly call an artillery strike on such a sacred site. So, Sergeant Winters, which of these two do you think is most likely to have misled good Corporal Jort into calling in an artillery strike on such a sacred location?
In my opinion, sir.
Literally, as soon as you start talking, you hear people in the back in the ecclesiarchal rows going, "Heretic! Heretic!" before they're being, like, shushed.
Yeah. The mouse is too quiet. The one that looks like a mutant is always talking. He's the only one I could suspect.
Yes. Subhumans do have a tendency to misunderstand the importance of our sacred sites. And he sort of looks at two of the Arbitus and he motions, and they just pick the Ratling up and carry him out. So, now that that is settled, and the Ecclesiarchs can have their retribution, as he has the other people in the robe sort of shuffle out to follow the Ratling as he's handcuffed, allow me to congratulate you, Sergeant Winters, for leading this strike against the heart of the Orcish leadership and the death of the one known as the Tongue Taker. And allow me to commend you, Private Timmer, for dealing the killing blow. You are both to be awarded during the medal ceremony. However, it comes to my attention that the Inquisitor, Lamont, died of his wounds. Now, all of the inquisitorial gear has been returned to us and is going to be promptly incinerated. Good work on incinerating the corpse of the Tongue Taker as well. He deserved nothing less. Regretfully, the nature of the Inquisition cannot be expounded upon. So, you two are going to be receiving your commendations and returning to the front lines to continue the war effort. Thank you for your service, and thank you for your continued efforts. Dismissed.
Sir.
As you are all dismissed, eventually the units are folded, and you end up right back on the front lines. Each of you, just pick 3 numbers, and I'm going to roll a d10, and if it's any of those, you don't survive the front lines, folks.
Negative 11, 0, and 11.
Alright,
6,
pick
7,
3,
8.
6, 7, 8. You survive, Timmer.
Hey.
Sergeant Winters, what do you get?
Numbers you can't roll.
Square
1 through
root
10.
of
The
negative
Kobayashi
4,
Maru, this bitch. You can't beat me.
Integral.
3 numbers,
What's-
1 through 10.
2 times 6.
Alright, so
Derivative
2
of
and
E.
6. Three numbers, 1 through 10. You can do it.
1. Give me a 1.
1 and 2 more.
You already got 2 and 6.
2 and 6. 1, 2, and 6.
1, 2, 6, and
Oh,
live.
survived. And what did you say? Arc Lloyd.
1, 2, and 3.
Oh, he
1,
survived.
2, and 3.
I thought when they dragged him away, he was dead.
Ooh.
I guess he was
So-
dead.
Rip.
You heard rumors that the Ratling that was executed, burned alive, by the way, purchased heresy, was actually a Ratling that worked at one of the local high-end areas. Allegedly, he came about on the wrong end of a weapon smuggling sort of syndicate. And as a result, before the execution of a certain Private Bigby, this individual was placed there instead, and the Imperials, being the Imperials, couldn't tell the difference between 2 Ratlings. I believe the final words were, "I'm not Bigby, my name's Jake," to which the priest replied, "But your shirt says Bigby," followed by, oh God, the fire, oh God, Emperor protect me, ugh,
Repeat for 9 pages.
and etc., etc. However, there was a Private Stanley who remarkably resembled Private Bigby, who regretfully was slain during the retaking of the last few inches of the city when he was thrown from the top of a building by a half-dead orc. Some say he survived and escaped, but they weren't there and they didn't see the corpse. So, Sergeants Winters and now Corporal Timmer, after being promoted, after another 3 years of this war, fighting against the orcs, you finally manage to purge all of it. And in the remains, the smoldering ruins of what was once no man's land, your unit is being addressed. Not by Marshal Uriel, he has more important things to do. But someone you've met at least twice, the commander of the platoon, once Lieutenant Carlton DeWare, now Captain DeWare, addresses your units. And effectively, as you're all standing in formation, I won't make you roll toughness tests to see if you fall over. You've gotten past that, fortunately. But now, war-weary, he looks out across all of you, and he goes,
10 of us left.
yeah. Guardsmen, we stand here today at the culmination of our years of effort. We promised you victory if you had the strength and the grit, the determination to follow orders long enough to achieve it, and you did, and we have. What you see behind me is the cost of letting a single Xenos step foot on one of our sacred planets. All that we have lost, our friends, our allies, our war gear, our tanks, all of it is lost so that we could have a chance to move forward. You all promised a chance to retire from military service at the completion of this campaign. And you will have it. This land that you bled for is yours. You do not have to purchase it, for your allies already purchased it with their blood. All that you are required is to swear that should you step away from the Astra Militarum today, you, for the rest of your life and for your descendants, will resist any Xenos that stands on this sacred earth. That you will fight them with fire and las rifle. That you'll cut them out like the cancer they are. With this promise to us, we can promise you at least some amount of peace in the near future, some amount of prosperity. You can never go home, but you can make a home here. Now. But I don't think many of you will. Now that you know what is out there, what other planets are facing, now that you know the exhilaration of warfare, the terror of it, how can you ever go back to a civilian life where your greatest concerns are whether or not you're going to get too fat sitting here and doing nothing, and your greatest achievement is finding love before it turns sour? I can offer you peace and land, or I can offer you, if you re-enlist, the glorious chance to fight, and yes, likely die for the Imperium of Man. I've decided to maintain my commission. For those of you willing to follow me, step forward now. What do you guys do?
Yeah. Sergeant Winters, you go first. What are you going to do?
Of course, I step forward. I'm not dead yet.
Yeah, Sergeant Winters is just in it for the job, it seems, right?
No, this is for life. You don't join the Imperial Guard to settle down. You're never going home again. You're in it till you're dead. That's the debt you owe the Emperor.
Yeah, there you go. You're full-on commitment. Deemer, meanwhile, is like, I could have settled down, had a nice farm, but I've just read secret papers of which I can tell nobody that this world is infested with spores for which the orcs will continue to rise once again, and the Inquisitors continue to experiment upon them and unleash them upon the populace. Maybe staying here isn't a great idea. I'll step forward.
And you notice as you two step forward, almost in lockstep, everyone else in this formation steps forward as well. And you see some of the old guard, the actual Kriegers that are sort of off to the side as the cadre, all look to now Captain DeWare. He looks at them. He sort of, for the first time in 4 years of trench warfare, you see him get a little half smile as he goes, "Well, welcome, Kriegers. Welcome home." And that is where we're gonna conclude the session.
There we go.
Good job! You're officially members of the Krieg.
And somewhere in a destroyed city, a single clawed hand pulls up from the rubble.
It's Alexander. No, we didn't hit the off switch.
He's pulled a super shredder.
Yeah,
Out for revenge.
in the background you see a bunch of tech priests just ripping all the cybernetics in a dingy, strange underground tech priest bar. The remains of Alexander are being brought out on a table in front of a bunch of hooting, slathering tech priests, drunk on their oils and sacred unguents, as someone gradually takes off each piece of the cybernetics.
And then
No.
crafts them onto someone else.
No, we can rebuild him. We can make him better, faster, stronger. The 6 billion shit man.
Well, congratulations, everyone, and well done. You are officially members of the Death Corps of Krieg, all 2 of you.
Woo!
The 2
Jort-
newest characters.
Jort is forever memorialized, as he was too big of a war hero to actually be held accountable for his actions. There is now a statue to Jort charging across the bridge, which never happened, but apparently happened.
On the new Jort Bridge, as it's called.
Yes. Jort, Slovenia is now just outside.
No one goes to George Sylvania. You can't even pump your own gas there.
Capital,
The most common name
Yeah.
of newborns for the next 4 years is Jort.
capital of the
And
newly
or-
christened
They
planet.
Or-
eat their Sloppy Joe sandwiches.
Yeah, surprisingly delicious.
Sloppy
Which
George,
is
as they're now
unlikely.
called. Also, how
slightly
most of those
disappointed
children
George
get
didn't
birthed?
survive.
What's that?
You
I
got
didn't hear.
Theta?
Oh, no, sorry. I was making stupid joke. I said the sandwich is called Sloppy George. It's also how most of those babies were conceived.
There's a movie like called Love Jort.
Alright.
But well done. Yeah, you guys did very well. Not so bad.
I had a good time. Thank you.
Yeah, fewer casualties than expected too, so that was interesting.
Yeah, I was surprised.
Yeah, majority
for-
of them were grifts.
So
Yes.
true. For the record, had you managed to save the Inquisitor, there wouldn't have been retribution for the destruction of the cathedral.
Right, makes sense.
2 of us paid no consequence for it.
There you go. So, that's all I have for you guys. Hopefully you had fun. I certainly had fun running it. Well done dying for the Emperor. You all got to live up to that highest of standards. Some of you more than
Yeah.
once.
Just have to survive one more session.
Just one more.
I mean, it was a
That's
tank.
what the epilogue is for.
It was a tank. How did it happen to me?
At least I died in the final boss fight. That was
Yeah.
that was a good way to die.
Oh yeah, fucking that boss up, by the way.
I guess as last words on the system, I do think it's actually pretty well written and consistent and pretty easy and fun to play. I definitely think it's very good. I've already mentioned psychic powers, really great.
Yeah, they're the
Straightforward,
best.
very good, and immediate consequences to every single thing you do, very good. And probably next time I'd suggest maybe setting up a regiment with a vehicle. That
Yeah.
seems to be the way to go. Just roll in with your tank.
Of course,
Oh, yeah.
because you rolled an operator first. So
Right. Which was a miscalculation, but he just acted as guy with gun, which good enough.
I mean,
right?
to be fair though, you committed treason in session 1, so I don't think it was going to happen.
I committed treason every session.
I have to
Yeah.
admit, I was not expecting to hand out so many floggings. But there you go.
We also picked Death Corps, probably the one with the biggest stick up its rear. So
Yeah, which,
what did
by
we
the way,
ask for?
I did not hold the reason I made you like the auxiliary force of the Kriegers is because like you would have to literally just be robots or you'd die.
Yeah, no talking, no nothing, just
I mean,
fight and die.
hello.
Yeah.
I made a robot.
Yes, one of the four of you would have been excellent at doing that, but you all did exceptionally well. Yeah, the one thing I'll say about this system is it requires a lot of prep, but fortunately we have a lot of people with books, so if each of you takes a section, it goes by pretty quick.
Mm-hmm.
So, good work,
All right.
everybody.
I guess let's just do a little wrap up. I don't think we have anyone who does shoutouts at this section except just us, so I guess I'll go ahead and do it. So, I'm Griffin, this is Theta. We run this channel. Come see us at 10, 2, and 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Wednesdays and Sundays, where we have a variety of different games coming around. This time next week is going to be Pathfinder, I believe, where our best good friend Rob is going to go ahead and be running a brand new campaign. And of course, join us Friday for our podcast, bi-weekly, where we're going to have Piat over as a guest to talk about Cthulhu and other horrible horror things. So, thanks once again, everyone, for being here, for playing, and thanks again for running and showing us all this system. It's been a great time. And, well, maybe we'll catch you next time. See you, everybody.